Good day, phenomenal people. My name is Gary Thompson, and I'm the author of Billionaire Codes. I'm also the author of several books. Today, I want to introduce you to a content of information that is designed to significantly alter your perspective on life. And the objective of altering that perspective is to bring you to a point where you could have more dominance and greater control over your life. I want to begin by also saying that you are not a people of lack. You're not a people of limitation, but you're a people of abundance. The truth is that most of you have never been exposed to a content of information that helps you to operate from your abundance. Your state of mind, your mindset is one that is more prone to acknowledge and live from your lack and your limitation. In recent times, I have developed this part two of Billionaire Codes, and that is Billionaire Code 7 Steps to Financial Freedom. And it introduced you to 7 essential concepts that is so groundbreaking, and it has the potential and substance to literally change your life. The 7 steps that you're introduced to, one is the universal law of process. The second is management processes, best practices. The third is self-mastery. The fourth is brand mastery. The fifth is relationship mastery. The sixth is leverage mastery. And last but not least, we introduce you to what is known as money mastery. Each of these 7 concepts are uniquely designed to empower you. It's designed, first of all, to empower your sense of self. It's designed to empower you to have a sense of direction with your life. And it's designed to empower you to come into the abundance of relationships and the abundance of finance. Our primary vision here is to make as much people as possible to become more self-aware, to become more self-empowered, and to come into their financial breakthrough and their financial abundance. Today, permit me to talk a little bit about concept 1, which is the universal law of process. The reality is this, is that everything has a process. Everything. There's a process to making a home. And the average person might want to say, okay, the first thing that we do if we're building a home, we have to build a foundation. Some people might say, okay, the second thing to do when we build our home is to develop that builder's plan drawing. But it goes deeper than that. The first thing that is essential for you to be able to apply is the ability to think, which we call visualization. Before you can actually develop that plan, that builder's plan drawing, you must bring yourself, first of all, to visualize it. So in other words, everything begins with visualization, and your success or your failure in life hinges on your ability to visualize. Having said that, let us look at 2 things in relation to visualization. There's an art and there's a process to visualization. Now, what is the art of visualization? The art of visualization is the application of your creative thinking ability to develop that strategic plan of action that allows you to see the beginning, the end, and the in-between of a given process. I'm going to repeat that. The art of visualization is the application of your creative thinking ability to develop that strategic plan of action that allows you to see the beginning, the end, and the in-between. Now, let me give you an example. As a project manager, it's very important for you to have what is known as your strategic plan of action. And your strategic plan of action really allows you to see the beginning, the end, and the in-between of a given process. There's what is known as the WBS in developing that project plan. The WBS is the work breakdown structure. What a work breakdown structure allows you to do is to identify every single muscle that the project pulls. For instance, the first thing that has to be done is identify. The second thing that has to be done is identify. The things that can be done simultaneously are identified. The timeline for doing everything is identified. And that allows you to see the entire project, the beginning, the end, and the in between. Now, this project management concept to the average person might appear to be extremely difficult. And of course, it is. This is what academics is made of. My attempt here is to break down the academic content and to make it more user-friendly so you can easily apply these concepts to your life. So, in other words, I'm saying that you have to become the master at the art of visualization. You must bring yourself to that point where you can develop your master plan. In this case, we're talking about your master plan for your life. You should have a clear mental picture in terms of what is it that you want for your life. And just a little bit of talk about your master plan for your life. Your life has three dimensions. You have what is known as your personal brand visualization plan. You have your family plan, brand visualization plan, and you have your professional brand visualization plan. The reality is this, that most people are going through their lives without a sense of self, a sense of purpose, a sense of direction with their lives. And that simply means that you have not yet bring yourself to that point to apply your creative thinking ability to develop that strategic plan of action. Now, if you don't have that strategic plan of action for your life, it simply means that you cannot see the beginning, the end, and the in-between of the great things that you want to happen in your life. And this is exactly one of the reasons that most people struggle in their lives to attain success. Can you believe this? In the world today, we have approximately 7.4 billion people in the world, and only 1% of those people enjoys 90% of the world's wealth. It simply means that the 90.9% of the rest of the people, they exist merely on the 10%, and some people might go to the extreme to say the 1% of the wealth of the world. That means most people will continue to live by paycheck to paycheck simply because they have to remain on the treadmill because of survival. And they will remain there because of the fact that no one has really helped them to develop their strategic plan of action that allows them to see the beginning, the end, and the in-between of their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations so they can take informed actions to get there. The second lesson I'm going to introduce today is what we call the process of visualization. So you learn about the art and you will learn now about the process of visualization. The process of visualization is where you position yourself to see, to know, to own, and to implement action steps to manifest results with absolute abundance. This is deep. I mean, it's words, but these are words that you must ponder upon. These are words that you must invest your time and your talent and your resources to truly understand. What exactly do I mean when I say that the process of visualization is your ability to see, to know, to own, and implement action steps to manifest results with absolute abundance. Let's talk about to see. For you to see your master plan, it means that you first of all would have had that strategic plan be developed. Because from there you can see it. But the first approach to seeing is through your visualization. You must have a clear mental picture in terms of how you want your life to be, what steps you should take to embrace the life of your dream, and know the action steps. That is literally seeing it. After you see it, which is mindset, you bring it into what we call the first stage of physical manifestation, and that is through the form of developing your strategic plan of action. So now you see it, and you see it and you manifest it in the strategic plan of action. Now you need to know it. Because very often we develop the plan, but we still don't know it because you're not committing your time and your talent and your resources in your rituals to truly understand the depths of what you're getting into. So you need to commit that time and that talent and your resources to understand your life's master plan. It's very important for you to do this. The third thing in this regard is for you to declare ownership. You declare ownership of your dreams and your hopes and your aspirations. You bring yourself to that position where you own it. You literally own it. You have to declare ownership for your life. You have to declare ownership for your dreams. You have to declare ownership for your aspirations. You have to feel the passion for these things. And again, the 1% of the people in the world that attain exceptional success are those people who are able to master these things. And I'm giving you the content of information as written in Billionaire Codes and my second book in this series, Billionaire Code, 7 Steps to Financial Freedom, that can truly put you over the edge in coming into your success story. So we talk about seeing, knowing, and owning. The last thing here that we're going to talk about in this lesson today is you have to implement massive informed action. My good friend and of course mentor, he has been there many years before me, is Tony Robbins. He talked about taking massive action. And I want to compliment him. You need to take massive action. You need to take massive informed actions. You see, very often we take action in our lives, but it's not massive enough. Very often we take action in life and it's not informed enough. So you must implement your action steps. You must have a clear mental picture as to the steps that you should be taking to embrace your abundance, to embrace your success story. And here's where global branding and marketing comes in. You see the name right behind me, global branding and marketing. We are now building this organization to deliver content of information that will move you from that point of procrastinating into that point of taking massive informed action to come into your abundance, to manifest results with absolute abundance. You want good results in your relationships because relationship is ground zero in attaining your ultimate success story. So you want to know that you can take massive amounts of action to build healthy relationships. And we show you that. You need to know that you can take massive amounts of actions, informed actions, to ensure that you can build a healthy relationship with yourself, first of all. Because the foundation of everything begins with you. You need to invest your time and your talent and your resources in you. Because you can only give what you have. You cannot give what you do not have. So people never grow beyond their sense of self. You might want to achieve big things in your life. Big things in your life. But the reality is this, that if you're not mentally and emotionally prepared to embrace that level of success, you will not attain it. People never grow beyond their sense of self. All right, and we'll be getting to that later on. So it's important for you to take massive amounts of action, informed actions, to ensure that you can come into your success story. My friends, I trust that you would have enjoyed this podcast today. My name is Gary Thompson, in case you would have just joined us. And I'm a business development consultant by profession. I have a strong background in business. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and sometimes I find that my business knowledge and my humanitarian nature sometimes conflict because sometimes in business is largely about maximizing your disposable income, but you find as a humanitarian it's about putting human interest and human satisfaction above and beyond increasing your disposable income. And in the real world of business, a humanitarian can find it very tough. However, over the last few years, I've made a conscious decision that I will allow the humanitarian side of me to take precedence over the entrepreneurial side. And I say take precedence because what I've learned and what I'm doing today is finding a unique way to synchronize entrepreneurship and humanitarian passion to develop a unique product that can truly touch and transform people's lives. And as time progresses, I bring additional podcasts, you will certainly understand what I'm talking about. And we have some groundbreaking information that will transform the way organizations see themselves, the way organization relates to the human capital, and by extension, it will certainly accelerate corporate growth because the growth of any organization is largely dependent on the human capital. But you see, when the human capital is aligned to itself, when the human capital understands its DSS, its deeper sense of self, and it can operate from that deeper sense of self, when the human capital understands what is known as a human psychological anatomy, and the human research department within the organization and the entire organization can build corporate culture that is completely aligned to helping that human capital to become that individual that understands their DSS, that understands the importance of the human psychological anatomy and can apply this process to their lives and can apply this process to the organization, the organization will be able to, first of all, differentiate from other types of business, effectively integrate in the global trade of business, and will be able to achieve exceptional growth and in their business diversification process. So very soon you're going to be getting more of these contents. So I want to say again, thank you for taking time out to listen to my podcast, and do share this content of information with as much people as possible. And I'm going to be bringing you lots and lots of groundbreaking information under the heading of global branding and marketing and the subheadings of the accelerator, success accelerator programs that we have. And just remember, global brand and marketing, it's a pro-human organization. But of course, as pro-human organization, we have a bias towards business because we believe that in every human being, they have that entrepreneurial spirit. So as you connect with us, we will help you to become the best brand of yourself, but we will also inspire you to become some of the great leaders and innovators and movers and shakers and trendsetters in business. So reach out to us and we will be happy to connect with you and listen to your dreams and your hopes and your aspirations and give you the tools and techniques to truly manifest your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. It has been a great pleasure being here with you, and my encouragement to you today is to continue to be phenomenal people, and you can best become the phenomenal you by investing your time and your talent and your resources in you. Every day should be a day that you invest your time, your talent, and your resources in you to become the best brand of yourself. Be blessed until the next podcast.